Hey nerds, what's up? We're gonna talk about pretty cool freaking wrap today. This is like, it's amazing. Okay, and of course it's amazing. It's a wrapped, right? The wrapped is the best fidget slider on the planet. And as I was looking at some of my other favorite fidget sliders, namely like the Pura and the Sob Slim and the Titanium Swoop, I was looking at some of them and I was realizing they all have very similar components that I'm actually really proud of a lot of makers like starting to incorporate in sliders. I think everyone is starting to realize that if you want a good slider, the plates can't touch, okay? They can't fully touch anymore, and you got to have some kind of texture on it. It's just interesting that way. You have to have magnet inserts. You can't just put the magnets right into the slide plate. You can't have the inserts built in. You got to get the weight out of there. You know, you got to have it all machined out and have inserts in there to keep the weight down. You want a lighter slider. And then what was that last component? You can't have the same magnets. You got to do some sort of hybrid makeup with it, right? You got to have, you know, stronger magnets in the corners on one side or all medium in the other half, which is my personal favorite. I believe it's the best configuration for a slider, period. You got those three components, right? You got to have that. You got to have that. That's what works. That's what works. Yes, Corey. Hopefully Magnus is listening, right? But something I realized and something we all need to remember, it's one of the reasons we're looking at the wrap today, is because all of those components that I just mentioned, to the best of my knowledge, were first conceived of by Jonas Nix of Modusworks in making the wrapped. I don't know another slider that didn't incorporate all of that stuff that I just talked about into the wrapped V2 first. Okay? So, without further ado, sup pimpin'. Thank you, Jay Dizzy. And let's watch the unboxing. It's finally here. I don't know exactly who first commissioned this, but oh my God, what a great idea. Back in the golden days when you could order custom wraps from Modusworks, this wrapped right here that I have in this package would have cost about ballpark $700 USD. On this day of March 20th, 2025, the current market value is about $4,000 USD. That makes this the most expensive unboxing that I have ever done. It's important to note that I don't even really feel like I spent $4,000 on this wrapped because all of that money I got from years of smart buying and smart trading in this hobby. If you buy and then sell the right fidgets to the right people at the right times, you can easily turn a few fidgets that are worth $1,000 into $6,000. So I have what I call my fidget fund, which is basically just my PayPal. And I almost think of them as fidget credits and not even money because that money doesn't even touch my bank account. It just stays in my PayPal and I only use it to buy and sell fidgets and do all of the funding that I do for this channel. It was a big buy, but I have literally wanted this wrapped for years. So within the last couple months, I knew who had it. And this is a prime example of something that I've talked about before, which is where you know someone has something that you want. Maybe they don't want to sell it, but you put your foot in the door. You say, hey, I know you have it. I'm really interested in it. I've wanted it forever. Would you please consider me if you should ever let go of it? And here it is. So, you know, it just goes to show, plant the seed, put yourself in their head. So when they think about selling it, they think of you. So this is a full titanium SGI. So SGI is super groovy inlay. So it means there's two materials being used. You have a material for the body and a material for the inlay. This one that we have in here is titanium blasted and stonewashed on the body. And then the inlay is a crystal titanium blasted and flamed. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous wrapped. I'm so excited to have this in collection and have this be the SGI that will make me never want to have another SGI. To me, this is the one. Oh, God. Oh, it's finally here. such a beautiful, beautiful custom. Oh my God, what a great idea. Doing the blasting and stonewashing on the titanium body, the blasting on the inlay, and then the flaming for the color. Oh, I am so happy right now. It's unbelievable. This is such a grail. Interesting. The plot thickens. Super stepped inlay. This one is mislabeled. Oh, there must be a story behind this. What about this one? Super stepped inlay. So this means that this body was originally at one point made for a stepped inlay, which would have been one like this. So this was originally going to be an SSI. So this is an SSI body, but with a groovy inlay. That's very interesting. I've only seen this once before. It was the opposite, actually. I had a super stepped inlay wrapped, and on the inside, it said super groovy. Have a listen to it. So here's a really cool part. This is one reason that I really wanted this wrapped, because I have a crystal tie inlay SSI, super stepped inlay. I have a crystal titanium SSS, super stepped solid. And now I have the crystal titanium SGI, super groovy inlay. And I think that the three really quite complement each other very well. So get to the point where I need to collect no more wraps. Famous last words, right? So I'm over the moon. This is amazing. I'm so blessed and happy to have finally acquired this one. Never thought I would ever in a million years, gave up on it a lot. It's a great feeling. Wanting something, putting the work in, putting all the trading work in, to build up the funds to do it. And then here we are. All right, nerds. Thanks for watching. Take care. So yeah, I mean, It is. I just saw the comments about the trading game and stuff like that. And yeah, what can we say about the trading game? The trading game sort of starts when you kind of first get, you kind of get your first like one that's a sought after fidget, right? Doesn't even have to be a wrapped. It can be, a spinner, right? It can be something that's hot. It's got to be something that's hot or something that's going to get hot, right? Once you have that, then you have like the trade power. Right? Then you have something that I literally like to think of fidgets as having a trade value, but having like a trade power. I've had conversations with people before where they're like, hey man, Zach, I noticed you have that wrapped, and it's pretty good. Like, would you sell it to me? And for like this much money? And I go, no, because the amount of money that you're going to sell it to me for, it literally doesn't equate to the amount of trade power that item has. So it's important to remember that like sometimes a fidget can have even more trade power than it does actual like trade value or just straight up market value kind of thing. It happens with the higher level ones. I've had conversations with Jonas about this before, and it's kind of like how he feels about, it was kind of back when he was talking about like flipping and stuff like that, and his kind of like, it sucks. People flip. They make a lot of money off of my stuff. It's just the way it is. You can't really, police it too much, right? Unless it's entirely obvious right there in the group, someone's bought something and they're just flipping it right away. We know, right? But I was talking to him about it and I said like, yeah, like what about trading? He was like, I love the idea of people just trading, right? People taking something that I've made, knowing that it's coveted and has so much trade power, right? And going and using its trade power to get something better that they want or something different that they want, right? So that's kind of how I think about the trade game. It is a powerful thing and it's fun. It's a game. When we say game, it's a game, right? It is. And it's like, you got to get into the game. And if you don't get into the game, it's hard. It really is hard because there are people out there that are just balling like crazy and they've just got so much money that in a way the trade power, like it doesn't matter anymore because it's kind of like if you can just throw so much money at a thing and say, hey, I want it. Here is the money, right? And just like, I'll take it. Just $10,000. Is that good? What do you want? What's your price? 11,000, whatever. And then they give it to them, right? Okay, here's the thing that's wrong with that. Yes, you got the thing, Okay. Now you have the thing, right? You had to pay, someone went and tried to like pay 10,000 for this when really market value is about 4,000. Okay. You just paid like $6,000 more than it's actually worth in the market. You're never getting that $6,000 back, right? So that's where you fucked up with that kind of thing, right? So the people that have all the money to baller and just like get the thing they want and find someone's price, great, perfect, but you're never getting that money back. That's the part that sucks. Comments. Hey, Mike Neal, what is up? I gotta sell Mike's spinners. I'm gonna do a package deal on some of Mike's spinners soon, just so you guys know, and we'll see if we can get those sold. Abby, you do have that one, don't you? You have this one too. Abby and I have twin sliders. That's great. Steve's lazy. Steve's lazy and you're on vacation, Steve, so that's why you're lazy. Trades are great. Kinetic drip, perfect. Games shouldn't be stressful. I know trading like that would get stressful. I don't find myself too stressed out. I don't know. I just go along with it, right? I don't find stressful. Well, you know what I find stressful? A little bit of advice. What I find stressful and what a lot of people kind of get into is that they will they'll buy something and they'll get something that's like damaged or something like that, right? Or they'll get scammed or something because they got stressed out about the buy, right? They thought, there's a thing I want. Oh my God, I need to get it right now. Maybe I won't even ask for the proper video or better pictures because like, what if he just sells it to someone else? And I just got to get it now kind of thing, right? And then you get fucked, right? So a little bit of advice, even though it's like really like hard to not just be like, I want the thing, it's right there. Oh my God, I need to get it before someone else does. Go into every sale thinking, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get it because I'm going to have to ask the guy this and take some pictures, take a video with him like writing my name, on a piece of paper with the date to make sure it's real, all this stuff. He's not going to go through all that. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to get it. And then you're only pleasantly surprised if you go through all that and you do get it, right? Jeremy, felt like I was part of the community when I landed a rap. Okay, perfect. Hey, Matthew, I've seen you join everything before I start. Thanks for joining up. Welcome, everyone, Matthew. W's in the chat for Matthew. Matthew joined the Discord. He joined the Fidget Nerd group, and he became a Nerd Herd member all at once. Very good. Very good, Matthew. Just recently diagnosed with ADHD. Congratulations. Good. And when I have cash to burn, I fall into a rabbit hole until I find something I really want. Yeah. That's the way to go. And then, sentimental value. Yes, sentimental value. Sentimental value. The one that was a gift from Jonas himself. So I can't really ever sell this one, right? I mean, it's literally like he literally put Fidget Nerd on the side of it. So it's like, it's mine. Like I can't sell this one. So this is like probably as far as sentimental value goes in the collection, this is like top tier. So sentimental value has a lot to do with it. And I don't know if you can beat sentimental value. I think sentimental value might even go higher than like trade power value. You can't beat that. Can you beat that? You can't. Thank you, Kinetic Drip. That's great. Thank you for the tip. The Discord info. There you go. You guys are good. Joey's here. Sweet. Just sent someone your way, Joey, that needs something blasted. So they're going to contact you. Yeah, I was talking to that person as well. That reminds me, one other little thing I want to mention that was kind of struck true with me. I was talking to someone else. They were talking about how their copper love nugget was looking a little bit like it had some leftover polishing compound under the button. They wanted it gone, right? It was kind of there. It was like, that sucks. It had brush finish on it. And it's just left over from when it was polished, right? It would have been polished by the machine shop, and then LICDC in-house would have brush finished it. So there's a bit of polishing compound left underneath the button. Fair enough, right? But he was like, okay, so I'll just ignore it. And I said, hey, if you really want it done right, send it to Joey, and he can do like this satin blasted finish on it, and it'll just be, everything will be gone. It'll be perfect. So, Joey, you're probably going to get a customer there. You're welcome. And then the other thing he said, he was asking me about sliders and what I like. And I mentioned all these sliders and everything like that. But he mentioned something else. He said, You know, I heard from someone else. He said, I don't really trust anyone's opinion on a slider unless they've held and used a wrapped. And I thought, it almost sounds a bit like, it sounds a bit niche-y almost, and kind of like, I don't know, kind of snobby and bitchy. But then I was like, no, I kind of see what you're saying there. Because when you're talking about, like, you know, the fidget slider that can't be beat, I would want that advice too, right? I would. It makes sense. So that kind of like stuck with me, and I was like, I'm going to mention that. I'm going to mention that. The only way, Shane, the only way I will ever get rid of gifts is if I find someone who wants it even more. But even that's not something I do all the time. You've been great with gifts, JP. I love it. You've been great with gifts. Okay, so something of nostalgia, speaking of sentimental value and nostalgia, that really made me start thinking about this wrapped, brought me right back to this. I don't know how many of you have seen this. Okay, I don't know how many of you even know that I made this way back in the day. But back when you could still get custom wraps, I made this like wrapped guide. And it was meant to assist, you know, Jonas in like helping people buy wraps and making it so, because he would say he would just sit there on his phone for half of the day, just answering people's questions about, well, what does this one look like? And what does this metal look like? And what does the metal look like when it's like with this one? And what does this mean? What does this mean? And he just sat there forever. And I was like, what if I like kind of worked on something and made like some sort of guide where someone could go through it and then you could just be like, just look at the guide, right? So I made this over a period of time and kind of got all this stuff together. And this is all old. This is obsolete now because it's funny because after I made it, you know, he basically shut down customs. It kind of made him realize, you know what, I don't even want to do customs anymore. But it was still fun to make and it still exists and it's still here and it's still cool to look at sometimes. But the reason that my little crystal titanium SGI came into mind is because the first time I heard about this wrapped, it was because it was right here. That's it right there. And I used it for the picture to represent a crystal titanium inlay. And now I have it. Yes, I wish we could order custom wraps to Begani. I do. But Jonas has elevated to a level where he's just making art at this point. So he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. And you know what? It's been so much better for his mental health. And I'm so proud of him for just making that step and going with it, right? Yeah, so I went, that's nice. There it is. Full circle. There it is. And then, you know, once I got through making the whole thing, then there's the finishes, right? The different ways you can finish things up and stuff like that, right? And then, they might come back. You don't know that. You'd have no idea about that. That's not true. At any time, you don't know. He can make whatever. I wouldn't take that off the table, right? I can't guarantee anything, but I would not say that V2 is entirely off the table. I would say that like Jonas can make any of these wraps ever again. He can make any V2, he can make the MVS, all that stuff. V2 designs were the SGI. So sorry, the SSS and the SGS and the SSI and the what am I saying? All those ones. They're all these ones, right? They're all these ones. These are all the V2 models, and the smoothies are rarity, right? But I wouldn't put it past it, right? He can make any of those anytime he wants, right? You could see it in the future. We got to get through this this problem with the not problem, but I mean, like, we're going through this MVS pre-order, right? And it's going to take up all of his time, all of his manpower to be able to do that. right? So once we get through that, I don't know. We could see a lot of different stuff come up, right? You never know. You never know. But I think first we're going to start seeing more exotic MVSs and MVIs for a little bit too, right? It's going to be whatever Jonas feels like and whatever he's excited to make. And then, then I had all that laid out with all the aluminum, all the weights and stuff of how much each thing would weigh, like the inserts, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I did everything back then. All the stuff. There was like packages. And then there was this that we thought would be a cool idea where people could just be like, I don't know what I want. Just make me a slider in expert mode. I'll give you up to this much money. You just make me something. That would have been cool to do one day, but we never got to that. Matthew, I don't know. I don't know how much longer. Who knows? It's still open, guys. Like, it's still open. It is still open, isn't it? That's amazing. He's using it to really upgrade the business, right? So that's the big, like, thankful thing of it. He's really using a lot of the funds to upgrade the business. You did not do it because you want the V2 design. Interesting. There you go. Right? He listens, guys. He listens. And he watches these sometimes too. He watches these. So hey, Jonas, listen to this. People want V2 designs. He'll watch this someday. There you go. You hear that? There you go. Yeah. Absolutely. He wants the aftermarket to chill the fuck out. And he's going to, because after this, a stainless steel MVS will be worth nothing but retail, right? Will be nothing but retail. Good. Clipped. Perfect. Okay. Post that on Modusworks. Yeah. Should I buy that Zerk Mocha? Did someone post a Zerk body Mokame inlay for 4K? It's worth it. It's worth 4K. That's just what exotics are worth right now. There you go. There's another one. There's another one for you, Jonas. There you go. Make more V2. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. For everyone else. Perfect. Okay, so and then after we got into the gallery was great. And the gallery went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And it was so good. It's so good. Boom. Boom. I love the gallery. There's so much beautiful art. Look at all of this art. The gallery. 15 pages of it I got to, and then I kind of gave up. So 375 different photos. That was pretty cool. Okay. Well, I guess now I could quickly sort of, review this. All grails. All grails indeed, Magani. All grails. A grail is what you want it to be, right? A grail is what you deem to be a grail. There's someone's grail in there everywhere. You miss my candy wrapped? You missed my candy wrapped, eh? What was it? The Fruity Pebbles wrapped? The Fruity Pebbles wrapped? I think I sold that to Greg Mig, and then it's been sold again already or something like that, and someone else has it. I don't know who has it. I've lost track of it. That's actually funny. That's actually funny that you mentioned that, because I just saw on the last page of this, fun fact, you see this wrapped right down here? I wonder if I can zoom in enough to get it over here. Okay. This wrapped right down here, the last one that I entered in here, okay? That's a picture of Jonas holding it because he took it from his wife for a day to hang out with it. The resin in that, okay, is from the same cut of resin that was used to make the Fruity Pebbles wrap. And he told me after, he said, because you told me that I told him, like, surprise me with those wraps, right? I didn't know what was going to come out of those boxes. So when he made the Fruity Pebbles one, he cut SGI inlays and SSI inlays out of it. And then he tried both and he went, no, I think the SGI, he's going to like it better. And he sent me the SGI one. And then he kept the SSI inlays, and then he made up one for his wife. So that's now his wife's wrapped. Yeah. Cool little fun fact there for you. Fruity Pebbles. Let's see what it looked like. I don't Oh, you want to? I could find it, maybe quickly. You're asking me to go through like. What about this photo? Yeah, there it is. Fine. There's an old photo of some of the old collection. So that would have been it right there. That was the bad boy right there. That's an old photo of, oh, how many of those wraps do I still have? Literally just one of them. There's only one wrapped there that still to this day has been unable to leave the collection. Do you guys don't know which one it is? You probably can't guess which one it is, but I got it back in the heyday, back when you were still doing customs and stuff, but I got it used. I got it used from Marco Engels from Germany. And to this day, I can't get rid of it. It's just too good. What's the one on the right? What, the bronze one? There's a bronze SSS there. That was my second wrapped ever kind of thing. Ding, ding, ding. Abby knows. Abby would know. Abby knows these things. This one right here, that's a Sphera. That's a stainless steel Sphera. One of the first models. That's a V1 model. V1 model, V1 model, V1 model, V1 model, V1 model. Back in the day, I tried out all the V1 models and did not like any of them as much as the V2 models. So I stuck with the V2 models. But yeah, you got the Sphera, you got the Groovy, you've got the Meat Hammer, you've got the Skelly, and then you've got the Spiral. Yeah. But yeah, this is it. This is the one right here. It's actually right here on the desk. This is the only one from that photo that has survived all of the curation cuts and everything like that. Probably one of the most plainest ones, but holy crap, this thing is such a beautiful, beautiful everyday carry sort of just, it's so great. It's the haptics, everything about it is just, it's great. It's nice, thin SGS. It's got the end of world finish. So this thing's been dropped on concrete. You can't tell. It's been distressed already. It's like, it's perfect. Titanium, full titanium, his special end of world finish to make it look all chemically darkened and then distressed. It's the only one that survived out of that photo. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how much things change. Crazy. So this one, let's do it quick. Okay. How does it feel? Feels amazing, right? Feels like $4,000 in the hand. Okay. Like when you have to realize this is one of the rarest and like best fidget sliders on the planet, right? In my opinion. This is all subjective, but I believe that the best fidget sliders are made of titanium. Titanium is probably the best material for a fidget slider. Prove me wrong. Jonas probably agrees with me. They are freaking amazing. It's the perfect, amount of strength of metal, easy enough to machine and produce, the right weight, the right sound. It's just, they're so good, right? So it feels freaking amazing in the hand. Funny, it doesn't feel the best in the hand just because, and this is minimal. This is minimal thing. It's not like it has hot spots, but if I compare it to something like the one that Abby has as well, like this SSS crystal titanium, this one has just the lightest little polish on it. And that just brings the feel of this one up like, just that micron of a point better. Okay. This one just, because of its like sharper kind of crisper, I shouldn't say sharp. That's a bad word. Crisper edges. It ends up feeling just a little less soft and polished as something like this. All right. But still feels amazing. JP, I actually went back to stainless steel for one of my wrap lights. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. If that's what you like, do it. So how does it feel? How does it sound? How are the haptics? I don't fucking know. You tell me, man. Listen to this. Listen to this. That's a titanium at work, right? Now I've got this mic set up on purpose to be specifically like, it's a condenser mic, so it's very open. It brings in all the sound, and I've purposely not done any like, what is it called? I haven't done any like stuff to it. I haven't made it sound, you know, like my other one, right? Where you condition it, you put like filters on it and stuff like that. This is just like raw mic, and I do that on purpose with the one where I want to show you what it sounds like so you can get the best sense possible. So premium. Sound haptics, absolutely premium. Then what will be next? How does it perform? How does it perform? Well, it performs like a Wrapped, man. Like, I mean, some people have said there's stuff about that happening, right? The what do they call it? Overswing or something? That does happen sometimes. I'm like trying to make it happen now. There we go. I had to really fling it. An overswing is what you're talking about, where you go down to ladder, and instead of just stopping in that position, it goes over like that. So I noticed that this happens less with a lighter slider that's made of titanium, and B, when you're doing it with half hybrid and half medium for some reason. Even though it doesn't make sense, you shouldn't do that. If you did hybrid, technically, I think that would hold it more in the corner, but I think I'm just doing everything with half hybrid, half medium nowadays that I don't know. I don't really notice. I don't really notice the overswing. I think all fidgets are governed by how much and how well. There's Arnie. There's Arnie. I knew Arnie would peep up about. I knew you'd peep up about overswing. See you later, Joey. Yeah, Joey hates overswing. And I don't know, I find it's all governed by your fine motor skills, right? That fine motor skills are, you know, what we use to pick up things and do little detailed things, right? With our hands. And that is what you develop when you are playing with a fidget toy, right? So I just find that I change how I'm using it, right? I change how I'm using it. I change how I'm doing stuff with it. And then, I don't know, I don't notice it, right? So you got to think about like what kind of thing you're using and how heavy the slider is. And sometimes it goes away and whatever. But apparently Arnie told me that he actually did make some changes to the inserts because enough people were kind of complaining about that. And Jonas listens, right? So if someone's complaining about something, they're saying, we want V2 models or like overswing stocks and stuff like that. As much as Jonas could just decide to like, you know, whatever, I'm just going to do what I want. You know, I think we get in his head and he can't get it out of his head. And then he's like thinking about it, right? He's like, God damn it, thinking about it now. Can't not think about it. And then he just does something about it, right? So it's kind of cool. Overswing can be a bit of a skill issue. Yes. Yeah. And I've noticed it worse on others. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the weight of the slider itself, I find is a big thing. You know, it's just a big thing of it, right? Anything a little bit heavier than titanium, if you're dealing with a stainless steel or a copper or something like that, it's going to be something that's going to slide more into that position, you know? So yeah. Otherwise, yeah. How does it look? That's the last point in the review. How does it look? Well, we all know. It looks fucking amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. Nice slider. Who makes it? This one? G-Meg? Really? The latest V3 plates are thinner. Yes, that was the point. So if you make them a bit thinner, the magnet strength is going to become stronger, and it's going to be able to grab on a little bit. So just make it that little micron thinner. That's the key. And then that reminds me because Because I've got this special, these V2 plates that came on one of my old MVI, and they, for some reason, were just a little bit thinner. And now I won't get rid of these V2 ones because they have this crazy extra like haptic like feedback. Ignore the tops. It's just like these weird custom tops that someone made that fit wrapped V2 plates. You can't get them. Forget about them. But yeah, I just put it on this because it's fun. So yeah, it's yeah. For some reason, when they're a little bit thinner, it just makes the haptics better, and apparently makes it so I can't hold on to it. And yeah, it's great. Does the secondary value ever mess with your desire to daily carry? Yes, all the time. All the time. So, example, this one doesn't leave the house. This one doesn't leave the house. This one doesn't leave the house. This one doesn't leave the house because they're just too expensive. They're too much. They don't leave the house, right? It doesn't happen. So yes, it absolutely does. It absolutely does mess with it. 100%. It makes you kind of realize these are my desk fidgets. Okay. These are my desk buddies. Okay. I don't really do the couch thing. Everything I do, like when I game and everything like that, it's all here at my, I got this sick chair and everything. I don't need to go sit on the couch. So for me, they're desk fidgets. Okay. So those, like, they just don't leave the house. I will take it out and I'll shoot a short with it or something like that, like over grass or something like that, like this. And then that's fine if it drops. It's just in the front lawn and it's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to land in soft, dewy grass. And then I put it back in this little pouch and I rush it back inside and, there we go. That's that kind of thing. So it will go out, over top of grass. But otherwise, they all stay here. The ones that can come out of the house, I've deemed like this one and then my first wrapped, that one can come out. They've been dropped before, right? It's just happened. And that's done. I will let the pier go out of the house too because I kind of decided that one's just a beater because it's just really good that way. So comments. Because he's a mod. He's a mod like Bunny is. He's a mod. Yeah, so these ones leave. That's that. Sob Slim doesn't really. Well, no, I took it out. But it doesn't leave usually too. That one stays here. This one stays. These ones stay in. These ones can go out. This one goes out sometimes too. But these are very fancy. And it's just, you can see it, right? You can see it. The desk fidgets and the go out ones. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. That's where that's at. Okay. Well, so I have to say about that. I think we'll probably take a break from wrap reviews next week, but then we will do another one later. I do need to get into this one at some point because there's a deep lore. There's a deep story behind this one. And I got to work on the video and get that one right. That one will be one later in the future. Yeah. Otherwise, someone said something about, I don't want to miss that. I saw something, and if I don't remember now, I am not going to do it. Someone said something about an Aura slider or something like that. Who said that? Who said something about an Aura slider? I've heard of those before, and I'd like to try one, but I haven't tried one. Where the heck is that message? I don't know. I've lost it somewhere here. Something about Aura, I think. Aura slider. Aura sand slider. Yeah, no, I haven't tried that one yet. I would try that, and I would try some other stuff too. But I'm gonna be bringing in some stuff eventually. Yeah, we'll keep going. Oh, is that the clone one? Oh, like no, I must be thinking of something else then. No, I don't want to bring in any like freaking weird clones or anything like that. I will not. Oh, I know why it's not equidistant, isn't it, Arnie? I think you'd like it. I can't speak to it because I still haven't tried it because I'm holding out for like a fancier one. I don't like stainless steel, but I think it'd be cool. But you're like my buddy. He was just like, I hate asymmetrical stuff. I can't stand it. I don't want it. Right. And it's just like, fine, don't get an MVI or something like that. You know, MVIs are, you know, way better, but you're never gonna get that chance to like, you know, get an MVI because I don't know if there's gonna be a pre-order for something like that, right? He doesn't really do pre-orders for like the inlay ones as much anymore. They're too time consuming and complicated to make because, you know, you think about it, you got to machine the whole body and then you got to machine the whole inlay, right? So what I've been telling people is like, if you can, it's almost like, why don't you should maybe just get it because you're not going to get it for that price again, right? It's kind of like, I don't know, might as well try it. And here's the thing. If you don't like it, I'll buy it off you. I swear to God, I'll just buy it off you and then I'll do something with it, right? And then I'll sell it or whatever, right? You're going to be able to sell it for the same amount of money, right? No, it just feels light. You guys got it. People are doing that. I notice that happens all the time, right? People think that light means cheap. That's not the case. Light does not mean cheap. It does not mean cheap. Light is light, right? All you have to do is like look at, you know, how this thing was machined, like the intricacies, like the thought of detail of like keeping that little micro chamfer right there that leads from this big chamfer up to that and goes like all the way around and then it becomes a big chamfer again. Like details like that are what made me go like, no, this is not cheap. Yeah. No, I don't find it cheap. I love this slider. The only thing that I want to try that would, I think, make it even better for me is I think the magnet setup is still too strong. I think this is what it would need to be for maybe titanium or copper, but I think I could do with the 4 mil by 3 mil magnets in the corners on one side and then creating that half sort of thing that I do with the wrap. So you'd have a hybrid on this side and then all of his medium, you know, strength magnets on the other side. Because I feel like people are going to disagree with me. Going to be like, what the hell are you feeling? Like, what are you feeling there? What do you mean? And it's like the plates are so smooth, but I've held so many sliders that I can tell that there's just maybe like the littlest bit of like too much resistance. And I feel like if I tried the one side with the all smaller magnets, I think it would still pass the body weight to magnet strength ratio test, which is where you ladder it down and does it hold there or does it swing past or like fall right off, right? So you flip it down like that. Look at how well it just holds because it's aluminum. It's so light. I think that if we had the weaker magnets on the one side, I think it would still pass just fine on that test. So that's what I want to try with that, but I need to get those magnets. You need to get like 4 more of those magnets and get those actual inserts from 2EDC M3 kind of thing to actually make that work. Yes, you do, Abby. You make those chainmail necklaces and it isn't cheap. Yeah, there you go. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Such a great opportunity to get one from retail. Get it while you can. Because after that, you know, God knows, like these pre-orders do not come with Modusworks very often. Place is as good, if not better than wrap. They're not as good as a wrap. They're pretty good, but they are just not as smooth as a wrap. I've had more time with it, and like even though I've like worked it and stuff like that and got it like, you know, pretty smooth and stuff like that, there is just a little bit. It's just a little bit easier slide with a wrapped. There just is. It's just the matter of the way the plates are, and that's like what I was talking about before when I was talking in the beginning about how there's so many, you know, sliders now that are slider makers that are realizing those components that you need to have, like the inserts for like the haptics. Oh, magnet spacing is another one, you know, keeping your magnet spacing equidistant and between about 11 and 12 mils center to center each way, right? Create some of the best haptic feedback. All that stuff that they're starting to realize, right, is what makes a great slider. But the thing that you can't have over a Wrapped is you can't have that slide plate design. And that is just, you know, Jonas got there first and it just nails it, man. It's just like, you know, it's a slider and it should slide wonderfully. And in my opinion, it's just, those are the best slide plates for a slider. So there you go. But yeah. Let's spin the wheel, guys. Okay. I love chatting. We got to spin the wheel though. I love all your questions. We're going to start spinning the wheel. So what we should note before we start doing that, where's that other little thing? I don't want that. I want that. So if you do the type the info into the exclamation mark info into the chat, you'll notice there's information on how you can get your little number beside your name. Matthew, who did this at the beginning, already did it. He knows stuff. Yes, I'm going to add this stuff right now. I promise. I'm going to add it after I tell you guys about this, because this is how you get it, right? New members are 1, 2, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how the timing works. After a month, you're 2, 2 months, you're 3, 6 months, you're 4, so on and so forth. Level 4 is the max level, because that's how long we've had like these memberships for. So no one can be over level 4. So you'll see when we spin the wheel, you can use your fidget level power to upgrade the fidget wheel like it's like a D&D character. Think of it as like attribute points, okay? So you can go and use a point from your, like if you're level 4, right? You can use a point and, you know, give yourself an extra spin or make items bigger. You guys are going to see. So basically, that's how you get there. That's how you start upgrading the wheel when you spin it and give yourself better chances at doing it. And yeah, I think we probably have enough of the Nightbot's info in there. That's good. Nightbot's working. Perfect. Okay, let's add our stuff to the wheel. Okay, so we have to add, let me just grab this one first. So I was talking to Jonas. We were having a chat and I said, hey, dude. I was like, unfortunately, my dude, the MVS, the stainless steel MVS is no longer, no one wants it because of the pre-order, right? So no one, like people have hit it on the wheel multiple times. No one's grabbing it. So I told him about that and he said, okay, cool. He said, I will work on getting you something else. So there could be in the works, I'm not going to put anything in stone, but I'm hoping he's going to come through on putting a different materialed MVS on the wheel. Okay. But for the meantime, this has gotten old and stale. So this is leaving and we are putting a stainless steel Thinamathing V2 chance to purchase for $150. Okay. I'm going to find the picture of it for you, for people who don't know what this kind of a little bit of an older spinner, but oh my God, such a good one. So I have in my possession a Thinamathing V2 and I will never leave my collection ever, right? I have slightly heavier one. It is the, this one, but this is such a banging spinner. And to be able to get it for $150, I don't know. Like he's not made anymore, right? I don't know where Jonas dug this up out of his shop. I don't know if it was just like sitting around, but he was like, how about a stainless steel Thinamathing V2? And I was like, how about you shut the front door? Yes, of course. That's perfect. So we're replacing that for now. And we're going to do that. Okay. So that one's on there now. And then, what else we got? Then we got another one here. We got a Baby Yeti. Okay. And I'll put it on and then I will show you. This will be a brand new one. So we'll put it here. So it's a bronze Baby Yeti Chance to purchase for 209. Where's it there? Right there. Okay. And then I will grab the picture for you. So this is courtesy of Matt Ritter from Indy Thicc. These things look pretty cool. Pretty cool. Look at that little thing. So cute. So cute. I selected, he asked me about the number I wanted, and I selected number 24 because it is 420 backwards. It was 024. So I said, obviously, it's going to be number 24. I could pick like 18, 15, or 24. So 24. It's 420 backwards. Perfect. So that one is up on the wheel. Chance to purchase 209. This one's limited. This one's going to be available for this stream, next stream, and then the following stream after that. If no one has tried to go for this and get it, I'm just going to do a sign-up sale for it, and it's going to be gone. I love Matt Ritter for his contributions to the wheel, and I love that he always wants to keep it fresh, right? He says, let's just keep it fresh, put it on there, give people a little chance, and then you can do a little sign-up sale, get rid of it, and we'll move on to something else. I love it. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian, you're just in time. Maybe you'll spin the wheel. Maybe you'll spin the wheel, Brian. Who knows? Okay. So let's go on over to a good old Nightbot and figure out what we're going to do here. Okay, so we're going to do a giveaway and figure out, we're going to do channel members and viewers. The key word is going to be !fidget that you will type into chat. Subscribers to the Nerd Herd, like anyone who has a number beside their name, gets an extra luck multiplier, as seen right there. And then, yeah, now we're waiting for entries. So you can go ahead and you can type !fidget into chat. And yeah, and then we'll see who's going to spin this wheel. Hopefully it's not going to be someone that's won before. We've been having some issues with, there's two super winners so far. I think it's going to be fine. I feel like we're going to be just fine. And it's going to be someone new. Or maybe it'll be someone, I don't know, maybe we'll make another super winner. But either way, I have, I've got things put in place to protect against this. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Yeah, good. John Doe, excellent. Jay, good name. Barreto is here. Very good. Oh, good. Abby. Yeah, there's Pagani. Oh, God, if you win again, Pagani, I swear to God, you're going to have to pick someone else again. You're going to have to pass on the love. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for not changing your names to ones that begin with A to try to trick the system. Got 29. Can I get 30? Get 29 entries. Can we just get an even freaking number here before I hit choose a winner? No? Okay. Well, that's fine. We'll go with that. Okay, so we're going to see who it is. So it's going to be Karen Richards. Hell yeah. Karen Richards. Where are you, Karen? Does that make Karen a super winner? Let's look into that. Let's find out if that makes Karen a super winner. I don't know if she won before, but I don't think she's won this period before. I think that makes Karen... Oh, that's perfect. Yes. Oh, thank you. The system works. Karen Richards. That's good. Perfect. Okay, good. She hasn't won this period. Excellent. Karen, you're a level 3? Oh, this is going to be good. Okay, Karen's a level 3. Perfect. I love it. Okay, Karen, let's get to the wheel here and see what we got. Okay, so I'll keep it spinning for you, Karen. and let you see what you got there. So what Karen can do, now that Karen's got a 3 beside her name, right? She's been a Nerd Herd member for a while. So she's got 3 points, 3 attribute points to, level up the wheel with. She could dump all 3 of those attribute points into giving herself 3 extra spins, right? Everyone gets 3 spins, okay? Everyone gets 3 spins, no matter if you're a Nerd Herd member or not. She could do that, though. She could give herself 6 spins and just freaking spin, see if she gets what she wants. But I have a feeling that she is going to possibly put some of her points into making items bigger on the wheel. So, for example, if she wanted to make any item that has money symbol in front of it, that means it is a chance to buy. It is a chance to purchase that item. It's not free. But the cool thing is that she can use all of her points on that item to make it as big as possible. So she could make, for example, the aluminum Pura slider that's on there available for purchase. She could make that a 4 by putting all 3 of her fidget attribute points into it and make it very nice and big, very easy to hit. If she wants to put it into a free item, she can only upgrade it by 1 point. Okay, I hope that's clear. Ask questions if it's not. Karen, you let me know what you want to do. You won in January. Did I just forget? Okay, cool. Well, no, we can't spin away yet, Karen. You've got to put your points in. Okay. So, Karen, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your points? You are a level 3. I can see right there. So you got 3 points. All right. So if you heard my little spiel there, we'll just get you to assign your little points there, and then we will spin away. Okay. You got to upgrade it. You put the point on the item. So easy way, Karen, what's the thing you want on there the most? Dump all your points into it, right? We've proven time and time again that it tends to work. Within your 3 spins, you can usually end up hitting it. There's been times where it doesn't work, but all of them pure. Ooh, good, yeah. You heard what I said. Okay, so she has decided to make the Pura fidget slider a 4, okay? It makes it that big. She's got 3 spins. Here we go. Big freaking Pura money. It's not going to be this one. This one, it's going to be... Okay, so that is skip the sauce, skip the drop ticket for the Fidget Syndicate. So if I am correct, Karen, you already have a slider from the Fidget Syndicate. I believe that's the last thing that you won, if I am correct. So I'm gonna guess that you want to like spin again, but we'll see. I await your response. And yeah, we'll go with it. Because that's yours. That's yours if she wants it. If she wants it, it's hers, but she can pass, and then it's gone forever, and then we see what she gets on her second spin. Whatever she gets on her third spin, she has to take it. Karen? Karen, are you there? She's thinking. She's thinking about it. Spin. Knew it. Okay, cool. Here we go. Pure. Went right by it. Oh, you won that one? Holy okay, that's free. That's free. Donated by Derek from Fidget Things. Oh, God. I'll actually be a little mad if you don't want to take that. Okay. Ooh. I mean, I can't be mad. I'm impartial. Spin? Okay. She's got one already. I guess she's got one already. I'm not even gonna spin. Okay, spin. Last spin. This is the last spin. It's not the Pura, but it is Karen. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so cool. So Karen has one. This is her win. We're hiding this from the wheel. It's gone now. I'm gonna bring it out for you guys. Oh my God, you won it. You won it. This is a crazy little fidget. This is crazy. Let me go get it. Let me go get it. You have 3 sobs? You already have 3 sobs. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, this is a nice win. This is the Latchet from Vibe EDC. Doesn't she have one more spin? She skipped the... No. That was her first spin. If she skips it, that's it, right? She skips it. She has 3 spins. Sort of thing. So, this is the Latchet. Oh, this is great. This is a great fidget. I'm going to put it on mic here for a second. Everyone's got to hear it. So I have it on the strongest spring, Karen, right now. And I can switch it. You'll get all the springs with it. But we can talk later if you want, and I can show you the different springs. So the strongest spring only lets that thing go down to about there. And then the weakest spring, if you press that button, that shoots all the way down to the bottom. But you don't get as... That's not as loud. That's not as loud with like the lightest spring. You know what I mean? And then it has one more mode where those are magnets in there. So you can push these bars down. So Emil at Vibe EDC is making some of the most innovative fidgets out there, in my opinion. They're so neat. And this is one of his newest ones. Matthew says, Vibe EDC stuff is awesome. Yeah, I've been waiting for that boomstick to get back in stock. Boomstick is amazing as well. Oh, the cat name above my head? That is Tuba. That is my cat, Tuba. Oh, Jay, are you Jennifer? Cool, perfect. Jennifer was talking wants the totem, and yeah, told her there's a long totem available there. Leave it like I have it. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Abby. Not as good haptics with the weaker spring, but you will get the other springs with it, and you'll be able to mess with that if you want. Okay. But yeah, I'll send it out to you just like that. It's so addictive. I'm just sitting here like just playing with it. It's crazy. Okay, cool. That's great. I'm happy that this one's going out. That's perfect. All right. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. Yeah, next week, I don't know. I'll do what I want. We'll do something. I might take a wrapped break and do something else. But who knows? Who knows? It's all good. So thank you so much to Jonas for putting that Thinamathing V2 on the wheel. And thank you so much to Matt Ritter for putting the Baby Yeti on there. Thank you for Samuel and, Matt, M3 Metal Creations for putting the Pure on there. Karen tried for it, but it's still there. It's still there. She tried. The system didn't work this time, but she came out winning anyway. All right. So I'm going to ship that off to Karen, and we'll see how she enjoys it later. Anyway, you guys are freaking cool nerds. I love you all. I'll see you next Sunday. Cheers.